necessary. Jonelle has a different opinion. She says Barton police are not getting any sympathy from me. The massive disruption during commute times is devastating to most commuters.
In Concord, a dog is shot after defending his backyard from an intruder. However, as KRON 4's Hazik Madyun has learned, the shooter in this case was a police officer.
Half of the bullet, though, you can see in the X-ray, is still lodged somewhere by his spine.
Lloyd starts screaming, "They shot Kirby, they shot Kirby."
Kirby, a 13-year-old family dog, injured after being shot by a Concord police officer who was conducting a yard search for a burglary suspect in the area near Weaver Court. His owner, Zachary Grimm, gives me a close look at the wound.
Right here is where the bullet went in, and then it hit some piece of bone here and fragmented, and then came out the bottom here. It's insane. I mean, he's a dog in his twilight years here. He's 29 pounds when they weighed him at the vet. Cocker Spaniel mix. I mean, I can't imagine anybody who would feel threatened by this type of animal.
Grimm says it all started when he noticed a Concord police officer running towards his home.
And I saw the police officer start taking off towards our backyard. Less than 20 seconds from when I heard the gate being manipulated to when the dog got shot.
He says Kirby lost a lot of blood and had to be rushed to the veterinary hospital for an emergency surgery.
Blood dripping down my arm here. The dog is, I mean, on death's door here.
Do you think that an apology is in order here?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, clearly what he did was wrong. There's no justification for shooting this little animal.
In Concord, Hazik Madyun, KRON 4 News.
Concord police released a statement saying, quote, "While we feel bad for the family, bad for the dog, the officer had the right to defend himself. Because this involves the officer discharging his weapon, the incident is under investigation," end quote.
This is the KRON 4 24/7 Bay Area News Channel. Here are the latest headlines.
You're watching KRON 4's 24/7 Bay Area News Channel. I'm Grant Lotus. Here are some of the top stories. The Supreme Court is expected to rule on Proposition 8 in the Defense of Marriage Act Wednesday morning. Court watchers say the most likely ruling would allow gay marriage to resume in California but not make it legal nationwide. If that's the case, the court would have ruled that the group defending Proposition 8 had no legal standing to do so, which means the lower court's ruling stands and Proposition 8 is declared unconstitutional. BART union workers are voting Tuesday on whether or not to authorize a strike. BART management and BART workers are at odds about a series of issues. Many are so serious that some union members are predicting a strike could be just days away. If a strike does happen, hundreds of thousands of people will have to find alternate ways to get around the Bay Area. Police are on the hunt for two gunmen involved in a violent home invasion robbery and shooting. It happened around 2:30 Tuesday morning in San Francisco's Bayview district. A man, woman, and two children were inside the home when three men broke in. The man and woman were shot. Police believe a suspect was also shot. The woman and suspect suffering life-threatening injuries. The children were not hurt. A 23-year-old man wanted for kidnapping his infant daughter during a domestic incident in Antioch is now behind bars. Joshua Benton turned himself into police Monday night, hours after he allegedly abducted his 11-month-old daughter. The baby was later found safe and returned to her mother. Benton is charged with several felony counts and is being held in the county jail in Martinez. Those are some of our top stories. Thank you for watching KRON 4's 24/7 Bay Area News Channel.
You're watching KRON 4's 24/7 Bay Area News Channel. I'm Jacqueline Bennett in the Weather Center with this forecast update. We saw a dreary Tuesday and more rain on the way for your Wednesday morning. It'll mainly be in the North Bay and it'll be early in the morning hours. By the late morning, early afternoon, we'll start to see clearing skies and warmer temperatures. Into Thursday and Friday, continued warming. In fact, the warming trend will go into next week. Satellite and radar pictures showing the showers to the north, to the east. At this point, we're seeing largely dry conditions over the Bay Area, but the core of the system is still offshore. The tail end of it stretching offshore as well. It's going to continue to funnel into Northern California, and it looks like it will affect us into your Wednesday morning commute. A few lingering showers Tuesday evening, not much, mainly dry. By midnight Wednesday, the rain is approaching from the north. The 5 o'clock hour brings it to the North Bay coastline and into Santa Rosa as well as Petaluma. The 8 o'clock hour, more showers along the San Mateo coastline, spotty showers through the rest of the Bay Area, but then drier conditions by late morning. Into the early afternoon, we'll start to clear, and we'll see clearer skies by the evening. Temperature-wise, the South Bay sitting in the low 80s for your Wednesday afternoon. 82 in Palo Alto and Santa Clara, 83 for Campbell, 80 for San Jose. Inland valleys in the low to mid-80s as well. 84 for Concord, 83 in Livermore. 70s for our East Bay shores, upper 70s in Union City. At the coastline, 60s are expected, 63 in Ocean Beach, 69 for San Francisco, and a range of 70s for the North Bay. A look at your extended forecast. A little bit of rain to start your Wednesday, but drier conditions for the afternoon and warmer temperatures as we make our way through the rest of the work week. We'll be back into the 90s for our inland valleys by Thursday, and we'll keep warming into the upper 90s, even the triple digits into early next week. We'll also see temperatures in the 80s for our bay shores and 70s at the coastline. It looks like the heat is on, and it will stay with us into at least the middle of next week.
It looks like we're not going to get that Prop 8 ruling today.
As it turns out,
A little more than 12 hours until the U.S. Supreme Court announces its rulings on Proposition 8 and the Defense of Marriage Act. And San Francisco is ready no matter which way the rulings go. Let's recap all of our top stories, starting with KRON 4's Justine Waldman in San Francisco.
People here in the Castro district tell me they are excited, nervous, and anxious about what the Supreme Court will decide when it comes to Proposition 8. Right here at the corner of Market and Castro, either there will be celebrations or demonstrations, depending which way the Supreme Court rules. Those are set to start at 6:30 tomorrow night, but people in the community tell me they will start heading out into the streets at 7 o'clock in the morning as soon as the decision comes down. In San Francisco, Justine Waldman, KRON KRON 4 News.
Here in Oakland, to strike or not, that is the issue before BART employees. Throughout the day, employees have been coming here to the Metro Center in Oakland to cast their ballot. On June 30th, BART employees' contract expires. Negotiations are ongoing, but several workers believe that they have hit a standstill. Although they tell KRON 4 News that they prefer not to go out on strike and that it would greatly impact commuters. They say that it may be necessary in order to get what they deserve. In Oakland, Teresa Estacio, KRON 4 News.
Continuing our coverage, BART unions say there are critical safety issues that they're trying to get addressed at the bargaining table, but that management is refusing to listen. They say poor lighting in the stations and tunnels is one problem they'd like to see fixed, as well as get the bathrooms closed in 2001 reopened. A BART spokesperson says safety is a top concern, but they believe that the union is using this as a tactic to divert attention from how little they're paying towards their health and pension costs. Maureen Kelly, KRON 4 News.
Well, here at SFO, some major delays and cancellations due to the bad weather outside. Take a look at the runway here. This is some video I shot just a little while ago.
This is the KRON 4 24/7 Bay Area News Channel. Here are the latest headlines.
You're watching KRON 4's 24/7.